September 1st, 1989. Dear Diary, I believe I'm a good person. You know, I think that there's good in everyone, but here we are, first day of senior year. And I look around at these kids that I've known all my life, and I ask myself, what happened?
Freak, slut, burnout, bug eyes, poser.
Yeah.
I didn't know either. There's no trumpets or noises or anything. Hi, internet.
Legit.
Shiny, playing tag and getting chased.
Freak, slut, loser, short boss.
Singing and clapping, laughing and
Went
napping,
on.
baking cookies, eating paste.
We're here. We're just doing our thing.
Then we got bigger.
Yeah, just messing around in Drawpile, at least some of us anyway. Trying to figure out how to get the mouse in there. So, we'll introduce ourselves, just going in sort of the Discord line of at least people who aren't muted. I'm Kevin Kuda. I'm playing Kurt Kelly in Heather's Online Musical, and I'm vocalist for the production, and I voice act and sing on the side. So yeah, that's pretty much me.
And I'm Steph. I play one of the concept artists that will be drawing stuff behind the scenes and stuff. Yeah. Cool.
I'm Elle. I'm one of the background artists. You won't be seeing me on the draw pile tonight because I'll be working on one of our backgrounds.
Nice.
Over.
Is it for beautiful or?
Actually, all of the beautiful backgrounds are finished. So I'm working on an extra background of the cafeteria for Candy Store, and hopefully soon we will be starting on Raise Your Brain once we get some of our concepts for that settled.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Freeze Your Brain looks. Like that takes place within that convenience store, right?
Yeah, in the 7-Eleven.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if it like changes with the lyrics and how like the song goes.
I imagine would that have been one of the easier sets to have done since it is just the inside of a 7-Eleven?
Honestly, I think 7-Eleven set is going to be pretty tricky just because there's so much inside it, you know, with shelves, and all the shelves have things on them. So if it's going to look like a real environment, then it's going to be pretty complex.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Yes, I am. I want to know what gives you the right to pick on my friend.
Yeah.
It's been waiting to happen. Your gas station is
It's like the woods within the when Veronica's like framing Kurt and Rank to like have their like gay affair. Like, wouldn't that be easier since it's just a lot of trees and just
Yeah. Store scenes tend to be easier, especially forest environments, because you don't have to worry as much about perspective and all these straight lines and things like that. So
cool. Well, I am trying to get into the draw pile and mess around and draw things, but I don't know how.
And then there's the Heathers. They float above it all.
It's probably in YouTube, and you'll probably like snap in the comments and the chat.
Oh, but does that mean does that mean we'll be edited out, or they'll have stuff cut from this? Because if so, then thank goodness, because I'm gonna stumble over my words so much.
I don't know. I think they're trying to keep it as pure and natural as possible. I don't know the nature of the streams. Yeah, the stream.
That's the exact part where they'll cut to the next part. No.
Okay.
The stream. You can have the stream going again. What you call it? What?
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god. I need to see that right now. I'm so bad at this. I'm sorry, you guys. I failed you.
You're good. Do. Am I in it? No. Lied to me, mouse. I'm gonna try to draw in here. Tiny white dot. It does nothing.
I see the dot. There you are. It's growing.
Am I? Because I'm hovering over like the little circle thing. I have no idea what's going on. Wait.
That or actually, I think I just need to clean my screen. Oops. So do we just doodle whatever we want? Is that how we're starting? It's like a warm up.
Yeah, it's just sort of trying and taking in questions when we see them. Also, I am open to singing requests if anybody's got songs to lighten up. Certainly.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. Right, I'm sending in the link to the stream here.
I'm gonna try to figure out this pen out real quick. You know, when we talked about earlier, like practicing just to get a feel for things, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll just figure out how it goes when we start. I immediately regret that.
Okay. Out of my way, geek. I don't want trouble.
Alright.
You're gonna die at 3 p.m.
Okay, cool. Cool, let's see these comments. Okay, so a lot to work with right now. That's alright. Oh god! Oh my god, there's actually people talking!
Yeah, we got quite a crowd going on here.
Oh, hi, you guys, hi!
Yeah, it's good. Right.
Well, there's requests already for Blue.
I mean, couldn't make it a one-man song. It's not. It's actually a song I'm to showcase in the coming spring that I could do if anybody wants to hear it.
God, it's beautiful.
Warm up the vocals and just refresh for a little. Right. You make my balls so blue. You hurt them badly. You make my balls so blue. They're hanging sadly. What did they do to you that you hate them so? Don't run from me. They're all beat up like a tackling dummy. They long for your embrace. They're warm like mittens. They'll curl up on your face and purr like kittens. You make my balls so blue. Just look at them grow. They're begging you. Don't make my balls so blue. Ooh. Oh no, oh no, no, no. Oh, that voice cracked though. Oh, Jesus.
It's alright, your siren song is working.
It's just my roommate sticking around outside.
Oh god, I don't know where the eraser is on this thing.
Heather, open the door. Alright, need to find my place again. Hey. Oh, they're begging you to hold me. Damn it, now I'm pissed. I'm trying to remember what the fucking lyric is next. Alright, hear me. They're begging you to hold me. Ooh, no. Ooh. You make my balls so blue. So please say hello, hold on, and fold on, and never let go. Once you were geeky and nerdy, but they knew you're dirty. You set them on fire. Whatever you require, they'll do. blue. So take them home to meet your parents. They'll wear a suit and tie and a fancy collar. They'll sing a lullaby. La 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 la. Please make these balls not blue. Just for a while, can't wait till later. My pants are rubbing like a hot cheese grater. Look, booze, drink. Thank you so much. They will protect you, defend you, respect you, befriend you like Winnie the Pooh. Baby, 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 they're so blue. My balls, they'll work for you. They will obey ya. They really need rescue. Like Princess Leia. Baby, you got to come through. Teach them to smile. Please help them through. My balls are in your court. Hey, hey, you make my balls so blue. Ow! Oh, you make my balls so blue. Good God, my balls. You make my balls so blue. Look at them, look at them, look at them. You make my balls so blue. Please make their dreams come true. And make these balls not blue. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. That was not the right time to be singing that. My voice is just so tired, and I have to go through like half of my showcase tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've got like an insane song lineup I'm doing.
I agree with Loaf of Bread 8. That was great singing. 10 out of 10.
Aw, thanks, guys. Yeah, like for...
I can't decide. I think I want to make this a mermaid. I don't know who to make it a mermaid of.
Let me see what's going on the draw pile if I can...
I want to make a tiny mermaid.
Do you like the top left or bottom right of the
I'm
draw pile?
the bottom right.
Okay.
Mine's the floating head.
Who would make a good mermaid?
Someone help me pick, because I'm horrible at decisions.
Thinking.
So a while back in the chat, Sailor Orenji asked how long we've all been working on this project. I just checked my emails, and I've been here since near the end of October. What about you guys?
I need to dig up emails to find the exact date, but I'd say I've been on board for like about 2-3 months. Yeah.
I just got at it last night, so I'm new. That's why I'm so clueless, though. So.
Yeah, Michaela.
Okay, but it looks like it's gonna be a mini Martha mermaid.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cute.
Ooh, and a Heather Mac. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm torn. Alright, well, we'll do both then. We'll do both. That sounds fair.
Yeah. God, I want to draw something on here, but Drawpile hates me. What I want to draw wouldn't be Heather's related, so it's not that big of a loss. But I'm a terrible artist, and you can laugh at how silly the work is.
If it makes you feel any better, every time I get back onto this page, I lose my mouse. That's why if you guys see random lines on there, it's me trying to figure this out.
Same. Trying to find where have my mouse show up on the screen. Okay. Yeah, I think I just need to look up how to have Drawpile work. Jesus. Drawpile. Hey, only help is like a half an hour video, so there's no way. Looks like I'm just watching and still taking requests upon, like, if it's anything I know. I have musical theater background, so I know a couple of the songs, and just other random ones. I don't know why I've just been obsessed with Phineas and Ferb songs as of like the last couple of weeks.
You know, Phineas and Ferb songs are pretty dope, though. Which one would you say is your favorite?
Right now, I'm definitely between the Perry the Platypus extended theme, because it's a gem. The guys who are on the show make the dumbest lyrics, but it's so like on point, and it just fits with the timing so well that you can't really bag on them for them. And the lyrics are just really funny. But I'm between that, Busted, which is another really good one, and I Ain't Got Rhythm. Yeah, I would want to rewatch the show just to like listen to all the songs, or just, I know there's like plenty of playlists that have like the entire Phineas and Ferb soundtrack. Oh, Phineas and Ferb's opening is pretty good too. I think there is an extended one of that, but it's like, I haven't listened to all of that, or from what I heard of. Yeah, well, I am curious about this, and then I might revisit it. Do I know the Carpe Diem song from Phineas and Ferb? I actually do not. That's yeah, a lot of songs from that show I need to catch up on. Squirrels in My Pants is a very, very lit track. And I'm not even a fan of like beatboxing or just rap that much, but yeah, we mentioned Busted. It's so good. Oh, I can do Perry the Platypus extended. I just need to look up the lyrics.
Oh my god, JD is going to be in Phineas and Ferb? Sorry.
JD was in Phineas and Ferb. He'd definitely be Vanessa, because like she's a goth chick, just hates everything aside from Ferb for some reason. Flat.
That's probably her sweet voice that woos her in.
Alright. Okay. Should be it. Okay. Right, we got the lyrics, so we're rocking it right now. Can't go this slow at the top, but I'll try. Doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo ba Perry. He's a semi-aquatic, egg-laying mammal of action. He's a furry little flatfoot who'll never flinch from the fray. He's got more than just mad skill. He's got a beaver tail and a bill. And the women swoon whenever they hear him say, he's Perry! Perry the Platypus! Yeah, Perry! Perry the Platypus! Doobie doobie doo ba 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 doobie doobie doo ba. Oh, that's way too high. Alright, just get into the next verse. There's a shit ton of instrumental going on in there. He's looking real sharp in his 1940s fedora. He's got an iron will, nerves of steel, and several other metal-themed attributes. His fur is watertight, and he's always up for a fight. So when evil hears this sound, it shakes in its boots. He's Perry! Perry the Platypus! He's got got more than just man skill. He's got a beaver tail and a bill. And the women soon, whenever they hear him say, he's Perry! Perry the platypus! Perry the platypus! Talking about Perry! Agent P. Oh, thank you.
Nailed it, though.
God, it's so much better with the actual tracks there. Yeah, listening to it, you pick up a lot of like references to spy movies. Like, it feels like you're starting up like GoldenEye 64, and it's just so much nostalgia thrown in there. But
I can believe it. What would you say is your favorite Heather song? Would it be Blue?
for a favorite Heather song, I need to re-listen to My Dead Gay Son again, because I think it's up there just because of how stupid and like funny it is. But I'd say it would be between Blue and Freeze Your Brain. I want to say, because Blue is
cute one.
Oh yeah, even though like I relate. It's weird because I relate to Kurt and Ram the least of anybody in the whole show, but I got cast as Kurt. Meanwhile, JD is like a more relatable character. Yeah, I don't know. Even though like JD can be kind of an ass, he's like, I feel sad for him at points. Like, though in the film, he's definitely a way bigger villain, I feel, out of the whole crew. Out of the whole cast of characters.
I could definitely agree. I think he's a very well-written, fully fleshed out character, especially like in both the movie and the musical. His character is so vastly different, but I think that really. I'm sorry, I got spaced out so hard there. Where was I going with that?
I don't know. Even though, like, aside from, you know, taking out a revolver at school and, like, shooting blanks at bullies just to scare the piss out of them, like, it's stuff that, like, we'd want to do to, like, the guys who are just rough at school. Like, he resembles, like, at least their inner desires or something like that. I may be, like, just shooting in the dark here, but I don't know. He's at least relatable in that aspect.
I think he's a character where you can understand why he gets the way he does, and he's just an example of a character who could have been better, but he didn't make the right steps, and he instead let his hatred and his anger be something that he to. And I think that's one aspect that makes him a interesting, more tragic character, is that even though he was in the wrong, especially throughout in the musical more so than the movie, because the musical, I love Christian Slater, but the first time I saw it, immediately you're just like, okay, that guy's creepy. But,
he does give kind of weird vibes. When I
don't know, something about his voice too, which I feel really bad about saying, but like you could just see him like he reminds me of the one kid in Hey Arnold who's always doing the creepy whisper behind Helga. Like, you could just imagine him behind you being like, "Hey, you want a slushie?" I don't know.
Oh, what is that kid's stupid name?
I forget.
By the way, am I coming in okay? Too loud, too quiet?
Yeah, you're coming in just fine.
Yeah, you're good. Perfect. No worries.
Okay, just let me know if that changes.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Name? Feel free to introduce yourself, because I don't know if
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I guess you guys already passed that. My name is Richard, and I'm doing some of the music stuff, and that's mostly it. Well, a lot of the music stuff, but like I've got my hands in all those pots.
Yeah, man makes some insanely good tracks for the rehearsal process as of right now, and
Also, like, are you like composing like the music and everything?
Yes, I will also be doing some of the arrangement. And Kev, you have no idea; those are garbage. Just wait until you hear me try.
but yeah, I'm interested to see how before the next track for Beautiful that we get will sound all together once we have speaking and insert and all that.
Oh yeah, it'll be really, really fun. I don't know who's gonna end up mixing that, but I don't think it's gonna be me. So, but yeah, I'm excited.
It's more than anything, I'm worried about trying to stay consistent with how Kurt Kelly sounds, just sitting in my regular voice, but I don't know if I can sound like a natural douche. No, it's just
I don't know. I really like the way you're playing it. I love listening to your recordings.
Ooh, can you give us an example of your Kirk Kelly voice?
I would need to dig up some lines for.
Are you sure you want to do it? I almost don't want him to get it spoiled.
No, let's do something in the chat instead. Let's have someone in the chat come up with.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, chat. Give us your
just
ideas.
Come up with some.
Mass Singer asked you to say "Groovy Man."
Right.
Also, thank you. Shout outs to the chat for loving that I'm here.
All right. How was Kurt Kelly would say this? Moving, man. That was awful. No, I think I just need just come up with. Feel free to go nuts with what Kurt Kelly might say, because he just loves to stroke his ego. Not as much as Ram does. He's no basic bitch. He's got a little bit of brains in there, but I don't know. It's
is his name Brainy? I could see that. I think Noli just figured out the secret of who the creepy mouth breather guy is in Hey Arnold.
Was that his name for sure? Or was it just a shot in the dark?
Let's
We live in
find
the
out.
internet age. I can look.
Oh, yeah. God, I haven't watched Hey Arnold in years, or anything on Nickelodeon for that matter.
Yeah, me neither. But didn't they just recently come out?
Right. Oh, yeah, they did have a movie come out fairly recently.
Oh, did that come out already?
It was last year.
I didn't know if it came out or if it was going to come out soon.
Let's turn to the internet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I agree with Fernanda Lopez in the comment. They mentioned that we should watch Love, Simon, and I completely agree. I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, but it looks really cute.
Yeah, Hey Arnold came out. Hey Arnold the Jungle movie came out 2017. And it's got 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Yeah.
Oh snap! So I think we need to all go watch it, and then when we come back, we'll add some Hey Arnold crossover stuff.
Now I'm just imagining all the Heathers, our cast of Heathers, just all looking like Helga. Just different shades of colors and hair, different shades of skin color and hair color and outfits. But they all look exactly the same.
And that just makes me think more of the Ash from Recess.
The Ash from who? There's also I forgot about the Rocko's Modern Life movie. That should be coming out later this year. It's either the show reboot or the film, but
I think it was a movie.
Either way,
or were they doing both?
Yeah,
they're doing a Rocko's. Whoa, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing a movie.
Oh snap!
As long as if they're all if whenever like Hollywood or whoever decides to bring something back, as long as they bring in the original cast, I'm all for it.
Yes,
Unless the new cast
Hello?
is better.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was wondering what was wrong.
So you're good.
I was wondering if I should introduce myself or not, because I still have not.
Yeah, no, definitely introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
so
right
I'm the person who drew those two things towards the left and the bottom, and I'm Minnie, and yeah, I draw. I'm a promo artist. I don't animate. I don't have the time.
Understandable. I don't know how those animators do it though.
Okay, I can't animate. I just do not have the time because I'm like working on I don't know how many other projects at the same time.
That's fair. I don't know what kind of mermaid bra to give McNamara. Martha's getting a haltered one, sort of.
I don't know how mermaid things work. I don't mermaid.
Well,
dude, you should change that. Mermaids are amazing.
Sorry, I only draw trolls.
You have a fin.
Speaking from experience of being a mermaid for Peter and Starcatcher, I know I had to play Smee for that show earlier this year, and I had to wear a coconut bra, which was quite an experience. Well, it was like a coconut bra with like pineapple tips. It was very strange, but
wait, you're gonna tell stories about shows? There was one time that I was in the Wizard of Oz, right? And we were going to use fly lines. I was a flying monkey, by the way. We were going to use fly lines, but we didn't end up using fly lines, so we ended up using trampolines. And when I went and I hit the tramp, it slid out from underneath me, and I like went up like 6 feet in the air and landed on my side, like on the corner of this like box thing that we were using as prop. Oh man, it was so bad.
Oh Lord!
Thought I broke my ribs, but I didn't.
Well, that's important that you didn't break them.
Yeah.
You kind of need them.
Yeah, you do kind of need those.
Life.
Protect
That
your.
would be
It'd be very painful.
I like. See here, Totoro girl. Sorry, I'm horrible with words, but I like your suggestion. So I'm gonna do that one.
Yeah.
Should I draw a dead character?
Huh?
Should I draw a dead character or a dead character? I'm sorry, I really like. I'm not.
2 dead characters.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the twist.
Yeah. Yeah. Like going back to like show slip ups, like one of my favorites I saw that gets me every time was when my high school was doing The Lion King back when I was like a sophomore. This was right before I was like getting into theater, like what like happened right before I did anyway.
Wow,
the guy who was playing
props to you.
Thanks, yeah. And this guy playing Scar was like walking down Pride Rock to like talk to Zazu or somebody, and then he fell like upstage of Pride Rock, so nobody like saw him for like a solid minute, and he was just gone, and he just kept walking right into the scene, and it was just so funny. I die laughing every time I think about it. It's just it was a rough time. The show like overall went really well, and at least from what I remember, but for all I know, it could.
That is pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, high school theater is that or middle school.
Oh man,
wait.
it's a piece of work.
I don't remember who got shot in the neck and who got shot in the torso.
Okay, I think
that is a hard question. I think
turn into the Kurt and Ram Insta for just a hot second. We'll answer that question for you.
if I knew who got shot first and who got shot second, I could tell you, but I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't. Okay, I'm a multi-fandom person, and I haven't Heathers in a few months.
Okay.
When in doubt, you could always just draw them face down, and then you have an excuse to draw their butts too.
That's a solid excuse.
No thanks.
Ram is the redhead. He got shot in the neck first, and Kurt got shot in the chest. But yeah.
Okay. So I've got this canvas is tiny. Just saying, whoever can change that, if you can expand the canvas, it would be cool.
I have no idea how to figure out this straw pile.
It's fine if you're not used to it. It's a bit normal for it to be confusing.
I might watch the tutorial on it just so next stream I can draw my characters and y'all can laugh at my just.
I mean, who knows? They might have reference
weird
documents or something.
Let's see.
There, I put a flower in Martha's hair. I think Mermaid Martha would wear a flower.
Yeah, okay, anything Martha would wear a flower. Martha should have a permanent flower crown. It would be adorable.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. What if she and McNamara are just made flower crowns together?
Oh my god!
Alright, that's happening.
Right, so, Kurt was shot in the neck and wait, I can't remember. Okay, I'm going to get myself to actually look this up.
Okay, so according to shouts out to Penguin Patroller Army in the chat, it was Ram in the neck and Kurt in the torso.
Okay, thanks.
Hey!
Thank you.
Also to Neko Totoro Girl. Kurt torso, Ram neck. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
You said that way better than I did. Sorry.
Hey, who's who? Kurt torso, Ram neck? Okay,
yeah,
I got
Kurt
this
torso,
wrong.
Ram neck. Ram neck, Kurt torso, you know. Opposite statements.
I'm like, ugh.
Well, not
okay, I hope
opposite,
this looks good. Good, and people actually like it.
So far, so good.
Thanks! I'm realizing how little I draw Ram and Kurt and Ram because I don't know, I never draw them.
Need the references for him, or at least for Kurt?
I have the references. I'm hoping I'm getting their hair right.
Yeah.
I don't draw boys that much.
Yeah, I just found it weird that for the Kurt reference, they gave me green eyes, though I'm naturally have brown ones. I don't know why, or at least for the up close, it looks like he has green eyes.
We're probably basing it off on not really.
Beautiful idea of doing a little patchwork of different features of the movie versions of the characters and the people that were actually having play them, which is really great, by the way. Shouts out to Really.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree with you there.
Yeah, it's a nice healthy blend of actual of the actual class and
it's just a lot more fun that way, you get a little representation for yourself as a person. It's cool.
Yeah, and I kind of like the whole that we have a not all the Heathers are white. It's a nice change of pace.
Yes, I love the Heather McNamara. I've always loved her, and the design here just makes me love her even more.
Oh yeah, she's great.
And only one of them is even American, so that's really cool.
Wait, two of the Heathers are foreigners?
Yeah,
I know
Elsie's from the UK, and Jodie's from the Philippines.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
My mini mermaids are complete.
They look adorable.
Oh, never mind. This just the reason that Kurt's eyes are green is because she couldn't see your eyes very well.
Oh.
So she used a color drop, and it ended up being green.
Well, it still looks cool, I think.
I still like it.
Yeah, it's a nice touch at least. I don't know. I'd be curious to get colored contacts just to at least mess around with how my eyes will look with different shades, and they'd be good for cosplaying at least certain things.
Cosplaying? Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's not a thing I'm like super into, but I've just been like, I mean, like getting dressed up for Halloween isn't that different from cosplaying. It's just that's the holiday, then that's the only excuse adults have to actually dress up. So yeah, and
I dressed up as Carcat from Homestuck on Halloween.
Oh boy, it's a pretty good Halloween costume, I must say.
I had like some really odd political reference ones. Like, I don't know if any of you guys remember Ken Bone. Like, he's just some like random dude from one of the debates a couple years ago. Like he just wore like some red sweater and a white button down under, and he had a really cheesy mustache. And I went as like a sexy version of Ken Bone since like I was a lot skinnier than he was. Oh yeah,
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
That does sound like a solid idea. I'm still waiting for the day that, as far as like politician-based Halloween costumes go, I'm waiting for the day that somebody does a Bud Dwyer Halloween costume. That joke really isn't that funny if you have the context, but
Wire?
Yeah.
I'm
not going to talk about it in too much detail because it's pretty intense, but look it up or don't. But you know.
Okay.
Okay, I think my curtain ram are done because I don't color skin usually. But if anyone wants me to color the skin, I can do it.
They're looking good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like how you have the blood matching their eyes.
Oh, wait, blood matching their eyes, you say?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Homestuck thing to do.
I don't know.
Sounds like the title of a Homestuck fanfic.
I'm pretty sure there might be something about like blood and eyes in a Homestuck fanfic's name.
I'm pretty sure I might have wrote it. That was
Walter Babe says make it. Walter Babe says make it gayer.
I can totally do that. But
have
wait,
like really long tongues sticking out, touching.
Trivia question of the day: how do you make two dead bodies more gay? Whatever time.
That's the real question.
Add mineral water.
Yeah. Those will be your funeral rites.
God.
You say add a tongue?
I will answer Lucy Cohen's question of how much Homestuck fanfic I read because I don't read. Thank you.
Okay, so here's my answer. I read about 10 per day.
What?
As much as I do love Homestuck, did anybody in the chat have any questions that are maybe related?
On topic.
H?
Yeah.
Only reason why I say it is because I know we're supposed to, but you know, I've read like 3 Homestuck fanfics. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I don't even know what Homestuck is.
Good for
it's
you.
Like this comic, but let's not talk about it. Comic
He's with Summer Child.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
It's a Tumblr thing.
Yeah. I don't
What
dare.
should I draw next?
Yeah.
So, what would you guys all say your favorite Heather song would be?
Okay, mine is either Meant to Be Yours or Freeze Your Brain. I am a classic child.
Walking, or either that one or actually probably Blue, just because I like them both on principle. You know, got this really nice little driving and rock song, and got this cute little, like vaguely doo-woppy in a way. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Sure.
But I like the idea.
I'd say like Blue would fall into like maybe like late 50s, early 60s kind of tunes, just very like cheesy boy band-esque of that time.
It feels cheesy. Like the thing is, like, the writing of the song isn't even like that Motown-y, but like, I don't know, I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like it throws you off your like it
It's
throws
like a
you
Ricky
for-
Valley-esque kind of deal, you know?
Yeah. And when that song comes out, or we like tease like artwork of like the background of it or the setting, and we're like some of the fans will just make memes out of it or I don't know. I feel like of all the songs, it's like that and My Dead Gay Son and are like the most like fun songs of the show because everything else feels
they're the most genuinely funny, definitely.
Yeah.
My bad, Frankie Valley. I don't know where my head went.
Oh,
I got you, Nelly. I'm gonna draw some mermaid Veronica and JD's.
Right, from
Find some normal.
Regina Fernandez, we got least favorite song on Heather's.
For me, it's either Blue or Dead Girl Walking because it kind of just, the themes in them kind of disturb me a bit.
Honestly, I think the theme in it is why I love Dead Girl Walking. Because if we're being real here, Dead Girl Walking gave me the courage to talk. So.
I don't exactly dislike it, it kind of disturbs me.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm still kind of young and not very exposed to that kind of stuff, and I just don't.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that's a little squeaky. I get it.
Yeah, I need to.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I think I would need to. Actually, I need to listen to or re-listen to the entire soundtrack of the show and just figure out which one is really my least favorite. But at least going off of the performances I've heard, I think Dead Girl Walking is the most meh song for me out of the whole show, since it's just very oddly paced or that are beautiful. Like getting like the first part of that down is kind of weird, but I at least like the parts when the other students join in on that song and they're like singing their frustrations and stuff. It's a nice little veil into like it gives you an idea of what every character is gonna be like their true personalities and stuff. So yeah, for me it would be Dead Girl Walking is probably my least favorite, unless I find something worse from Heather's, which is bound to happen.
I think my favorite would be. I'd say my least favorite would maybe be Shine a Light. But I think that's also a little less interested in Miss Fleming as a character too.
Yeah, in the movie she was kind of annoying. I don't know, like
that doesn't really change.
Yeah, she was just like jumpy sucks and stuff.
Although I do think it's sort of sad though that honestly Duke's only real chance to shine is the fact that is only in the prize as Shine a Light. She doesn't really get her own songs. She's just more of a prop for McNamara's scene, which is kind of a shame. I wish they did a lot more with her character.
Yeah, it's very like it's like a very like weird show for like focusing like it's the title show, like the title characters of the show are not featured that much in it, but it's just all about like how everybody deals with them and like wanting to kill them off and everybody else in the school.
Well, it's kind of like how like you title something based after like the theme of the thing that it's covering and not like the actual thing that it's covering. Like for instance, the movie The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock, or even like Psycho, again by Alfred Hitchcock. Like they're not really following those characters or entities, but it's all about those characters or entities. And Heather's is kind of the same.
You're not gonna apply to that thing, honey? Huh?
I will fill in the forms at some point.
Don't they need you to send?
But yeah. Oh, that's really cool. So it does look like we're gonna have a song for Duke in this, though. That's gonna be really neat. She deserves it.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're doing her right.
Yeah, she gets cut off like way too soon.
Yeah, I love how they're doing all these like crazy additions now, because the show isn't even like that recent. I think like the first running of it was like 5 years ago at least. Like it's pretty crazy.
even though, like, after talking to Riley, it's still, like, is kind of weird how, like, a cult classic like this just gets turned into a musical. But then again, like, I
mean, they
wouldn't
did
be
it
able
with
to-
Carrie.
Like, Carrie,
I thought
like,
that was a horrible idea, and I ended up liking it for the most part.
Oh, really? Was it alright?
I mean, it wasn't bad. You know, it was pretty. It was pretty solid. I didn't see it live or anything, but just speaking about the soundtrack as a disclaimer. But yeah, I ended up liking it a lot. I thought there was a lot of.
Is that the one where, like, the girl says, like, they're all gonna laugh at you? Is that, like, it's the horror one where she has, like, psychic powers or something?
Yeah, it's the bit where, like, and I'm not going to spoil the movie too hard, but she has psychic powers, and the moral of the story is don't mess with kids because you never know when they will have psychic powers, and run away with that concept. And also, like,
Always
psych
a good
horror and
thing.
stuff like that. Movie's really good, and like I said, I like the musical a lot, so.
Yeah. I think I need to rewatch.
Definitely a lot
the
more than I
original.
thought I would. It's really good.
Just
Do we have any more questions or statements from the chat? We'd be glad to take something. Art ideas? I mean, I guess I'm not drawing, so I don't want to speak for anybody, but, you know.
I'm doing the
I'm still
best I can.
Totally here for you.
Oh,
still
thank
up for
you.
song requests. I just need to refill my drink real fast. So if anybody,
I'm here.
Yeah, you're solid. I might also need to get some water.
I have my boyfriend brought home chicken nuggets, and I've been staring at them this whole time. But I'm trying to be strong, guys.
Are they McDonald's nuggets or are they the Burger
Is-
King ones?
They're McDonald's nugget.
Classic.
Yeah.
Are you guys like all adults?
I don't know if they're still doing it anymore, but the Burger King's nuggets used to be like $1.50, and that stuff is absolutely insane.
The Heathers as ghosts. How's life? Okay, I think people should be able to answer this. If no one wants to answer first, I guess
Wait,
I'll just go.
Let's do what we did in another stream. And I guess most of you guys weren't here, but maybe we can start at the top and then go down. So, like, Goot. What should it be?
Someone repeat the question for me, actually.
Oh,
'cause
hey, what's up?
Yeah, I can't be on this. Can't be watching the stream at the same time because it's taking up bandwidth. So,
Oh,
could
yeah, that's fine.
repeat the question.
It happens. The question was, how's life?
Wow. Okay.
Go on.
Yeah. I actually have my first. You know, I work full time, but it's my first day in a while that I haven't really busy because I've just opened a musical at a community theater. So
Ooh,
yeah.
Always exciting doing
so
community shows. Really
my
fun.
first day off. Time to get to work on Heathers Online.
musical are you working on?
It's called Quilters, and if anybody happens to be in the Eastern Washington or North Idaho area, you can look that up at the Lake City Playhouse. It's a pretty cool show.
That's awesome.
Ooh, the live stream art.
It's coming in. Oh, look at that beautiful portrait. That on the museum of modern art right there.
The Heathers as ghosts. Okay. he'd be at 11.
Oh,
Wow.
So Gucci, I think it was your turn to how's life.
Yes, life is okay. Homework is not okay. I've got like a zine, this project, my own fan Homestuck comic, and a bunch of other things to look forward to, including 413, and I'm busy. Otherwise, everything's fine.
Right, yeah. As for myself, I've got quite a few platter aside from what's coming in for Heathers Online at the moment. I'm working on my directing scene for directing one class I'm doing. I am reading a play I'm assistant directing in for the first time, so just got to figure out callbacks for that and other like college homework things. And I have that showcase happening at the end of spring where I'm just singing a lot of hero, psychic, and villain songs, including Blue from this show, which is definitely interesting as like a one-man number. But yeah, that's pretty much everything on my end.
I guess I would mean that's down around to me. Let's see. Other than this project, there's a uni life. Crunch is always happening. And I'm doing a couple other little things on the side a little bit more now. Mixing for a couple of courses, hoping that goes well. It's not off the ground yet. And yeah, that's about it. Might start doing some research over the summer, but that's it.
Research on what?
Hopefully, if I can get work with the professor that I want to, pulmonary drug delivery systems. So like different inhalants and things. It's actually really, really funny because the whole idea of the research workflow is that they're going to try and determine whether or not vaporizers, as in, like vapes, the meme, are safe or not, and to what degree they're safe. And then if they decide that they are safe, they're like, well, why don't we use these as inhalers? And, on and on with that. It's really cool stuff.
That's a good point, because my cousin does that, and my mom has always just been freaking out about, like, oh, we don't, like, it's such a recent thing that not even, like, doctors know what that stuff does to you. And, I mean, it could be healthy with the right,
like 85% sure that it's fine, but there might be some things. Like you were saying, it's pretty, like, short term as of right now. So they don't know where it's going to be in like 15, 20 years as far as like, how people are as like a result of that. But chances are it's probably fine.
Yeah. As long as because the only horror stories I've heard are things of like when the vaporizer like explodes and like if it's in your hand, like you lost your fingers, or worse, like it's in your mouth when it happens, and then you got like then you're either dead or you have like a messed up lips. So yeah, it's all like in the technology, I think, and just like the right applications and improvement. And I think it could be all right if it's as an inhaler. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I thought the same thing when I was looking at it. I'm like, that's a really, really good idea.
Huh? Oh, back. Sorry, guys.
Oh, did you catch what we were doing as far as like the current conversation flow?
Yeah, no.
How's life? That was the question from the chat.
Oh, okay. It's cool, I was not eating just now. Are we just like just talking about like our lives stuff?
General description. Just how it's been going.
Okay. Oh, that's so much pressure. Well, I don't know. I'm going to school and working full time, so normally I don't have too much time to draw, but I'm really excited to be a part of this program because it really gives me a chance to really focus in on something and try to just really work with digital art specifically. I mainly work with traditional because I have a bamboo tablet and it makes me angry when the line's not working. So I'm excited to try to work on improving that too and just having an actual hobby for a while. And yeah. I normally work full time. Yeah, I normally work at a call center, so I'm basically just a professional apologizer. And I couldn't even imagine what the Heathers would be like in a call center. Like,
wait, do you guys mind if I ask a question a sec? Just
Yeah.
is everyone here an adult?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess not.
Contrary to my voice.
I mean, I act like a child, but I'm.
I have
like,
customers.
21.
Yeah, I have customers who make fun of my voice at hard.
Oh no, that's terrible.
I had a little old lady do it. Like this little 80-year-old stopped our full conversation, started laughing, and then mimicking my voice. And what doesn't help is when I get nervous, my voice gets higher. So when people get angry at me, I sound like Minnie Mouse.
Oh.
It's a bad
She
time.
stopped the conversation to to do an impression.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, I know. People are mean.
That's really mean, yeah.
I work my customer service job. We deal with like coupons for a store, so you can be sure any soccer mom who's angry about her coupons not working will call, and they're basically adult Heathers or like middle-aged Heathers, and it's yeah.
That's really unfortunate.
Wait. Okay, I have an idea for the draw pile. If anybody's willing to draw it, middle-aged Heathers. Go.
Oh my gosh.
Good save on that one, side.
I never draw adults. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry, I can't.
Not just adults, middle-aged.
I will totally do that if I can figure out how to next layer, because it's showing all the old pictures for me still.
Just make foreground and layer 1 invisible, and I'm sorry my drawing is so big. I'm not used to this.
How? I've never used this program before. Like I said, I'm still...
Wait. You see the square icon next to the layer name? You click that.
Just a moment. If anybody would like to take out a moment to explain what our lovely project is, somebody was asking in the chat.
Ooh.
I guess it could be me, but I feel like I've been talking a lot. That would be a George Dalton was asking, can someone explain what Heathers Online even is?
You do it.
Oh,
you probably know the most out of us.
I feel like
you probably know the most.
Okay, let's see. Heathers Online is an online production of the musical Heathers, and we will be providing art to all of the songs and scenes as well once we can get licensing. We will be releasing the songs beforehand because it'll probably take us a little while to drum up the funds to apply for licensing, and if you would like to help for that, you can contribute to the Patreon where you can get a bunch of really cool rewards, or let's see, what else can they do? Really give me an assist right quick. That's about it though. Oh, also tell your friends. That's the other thing that you can do. Tell your friends.
Water Babe says, Richard, if you are talking, it's never too much.
I agree.
That's so sweet. I really appreciate
nice.
that.
Buttery smooth.
You're really nice.
A smooth.
Yeah, I know.
Voice is smooth as butter, my man.
It took me years, bud. It took me years, but you get there eventually. And it's
okay. Whoever asked for the Heathers as ghosts, I hope this fits whatever you were asking for. Don't.
Eventually, I just want to ascend into another worldly being.
Ascend, you say?
Yeah. From the throat. From the top of the throat to the bottom of the throat, ascend into an otherworldly being. And then the rest will just be like normal lame.
Oh.
I can't figure out how to get to the next layer.
And I guess the rest of like your acoustic track.
Click on the layer name. It should...
I don't see it.
You have the layers tab. You have to find the layers tab somewhere. I suddenly feel like singing Steven Universe stuff, and this is bad. I don't want...
Well, you definitely shouldn't have said it out loud because now people are going to ask for it.
Oh no. But I can't sing.
It's over,
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over. I'm not sure what this. I don't know, but just.
It's good stuff. No, you go, girl. Come on.
Okay.
It'll be exciting.
I was fine with the men who would come into her life now and again. I was fine 'cause I knew that they didn't really matter until you. I was fine when you came and we fought like it was all some silly game over her. Who she'd choose. After all those years, I never thought I'd lose. Ah! Okay, I think I have like 5 minutes left.
Yay!
I don't think I'm gonna continue. I have 5 minutes left on this computer. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, I'm done with the Heathers. Baby JD.
It's such a beautiful mental image that I'm
gonna draw
once
it
I get
too.
this working.
I'm gonna draw it. It's y'all are gonna hate me for it, but I'm gonna draw it like how I I don't know why, but I have this mental image of it in my head right now, and I just.
Okay, you do that then. I'm gonna, now that I got it, because I'm a dumb, I'm gonna go ahead and draw that middle-aged Heather. Now the question is, which Heather would be the most terrifying of the suburban mom? Because I'm pretty sure it'd be Chandler.
I think it'd be.
Annie would be pretty scary.
Yeah.
I could see musical Duke. Yeah, she'd be pretty terrifying.
Yeah, Duke. Like, if she was an older woman, I think she'd be like the cougar type, just to like take a young man into her life and just go to town and just like torture him, like, because she just has no real emotions.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think, at least going by movie Duke, not musical Duke, I think of all the Heathers, she would probably make the best mom. She would at least, her kids would be good at reading at least.
I've drawn babies in my entire life. This is. How do diapers work?
They're circles.
It's like half circle, half square with like two little lines for the legs. Keep popping out.
Okay, here's my baby JD. Don't murder me for this.
Hey, you're the one in the bottom left?
No, I'm the one drawing like in the top right now. I'm the one who drew the baby.
Oh, he's got a pacifier. He's all angry. It's so cute.
I need to make the anger like just wait.
Yeah, you can like increase his size and just like go more detailed on the eyes. I am loving this middle-aged Heather on the bottom left. It's looking.
I don't know why, but it reminds me of Yellow Diamond from Steven Universe.
How much Steven Universe have you been watching, girl? Oh my gosh!
I watched it only once. I watched the entire thing once, but I have a good memory when it comes to Yellow Diamond's face when she got angry.
What kind of suburban mom haircut would Chandler have? That's an interesting thing to think about.
To Monica Estrada, who says you have no life because you're like in six different musicals. You haven't been through all the Tumblr fandoms, have you?
Yeah, I picture Heather like if she's gonna be a suburban mom, she gets like a '90s hairdo since she would live if she would be a mom, it would be in the 90s.
I think it would be a nice big beehive, but that's just me. Like that is like the queen bitch haircut of like the 70s and 80s. That was not
okay. I have a minute left. I need to exit this right now. I'm sorry. Bye. See ya.
Bye.
What about Nolly's question? She asked, "What other musicals do we like?" And I think those are toy guns.
Don't you need to? Are you done with all your homework, Heidi?
I get to walk.
Bye.
No, but your homework.
Right.
So, who wants to go first for the musical question?
I can go. As far as musicals are like my favorites, Grease is definitely guilty pleasure since that was the first one I ever did. I was cast as Denny Zuko. I was in like a summer camp. I was only like 10, 11 years old. I was so unfit for the part, but it was a fun time. But definitely other more favorite ones. Like more recently, there's First Date, which ironically was a Broadway flop, but I saw it as a dinner theater show and I fell in love with it that way. It's like a super relatable just show about a blind date. It's great. And Les Mis, since that was my second show, but I know it's not exactly perfect, but yeah, I'd say those are like my top musicals as of right now. I haven't heard too many, but I'm building up a list of ones I really need to see.
Okay, if we were going down the list, I have heard quite a many because not anymore, but for a good amount of years, that was like my thing that I was doing probably about like 4 or 5 years. I was going to go to school for it, but I didn't end up doing that. But my favorites, I have 2 soft spots because I've been in them. The Color Purple and Little Shop of Horrors. And then for ones that I like actually think are really, really good, I'm a big fan of Sweeney Todd, mainly just because I'm a big fan of Stephen Sondheim. I'm a big fan of Avenue Q because I think it's one of like the best like vaguely absurd comedies ever, and I love puppetry. And I'm a big fan of the Book of Mormon because I think it was really cool, and it's like in the last like honestly, it's been a while, probably since like about 2010, like 2009. There's been like this trending towards musicals being more structured as like operettas almost. Like you don't have very many like big numbers that include the whole cast anymore, but like the Book of Mormon was like 50% that, and I thought that was really very different, and also it's just really funny. Like it's just good.
I want to listen to that since it's written by the guys who've created South Park, and from what I have heard of songs like I Believe, it sounds like that kind of like if you put South Park and turn it into a musical, but it's just its own story with South Park-esque elements where it's just ridiculous comedy and like inserted singing and stuff. But yeah,
the humor definitely intersects there, but it feels like a lot more like more mature and more tongue-in-cheek, I guess. Like even just like I Believe is like a really, really, really good joke. Like the lyrics are just absolutely amazing.
And I would say for my favorite musical taste, it might be kind of an offbeat list because honestly, I have a lot of soft spots for like the ones I have nostalgia for and I watched a lot as a kid. Aside from those ones, I would say next to Heather's, I really love Phantom of the Opera, primarily 25th anniversary edition with Sierra Bogues. That one I watched on repeat so many times. And then aside from that, though, I have a lot of I have a special soft spot, and I know most people hate it, but I have a soft spot for Cats, the musical, because it was the first musical I watched when I was little. So I was straight up like 4 years old in front of the TV, dancing with the cats. I'd bring my cat out, force the cat to dance. She'd hate me. So I have a really big soft spot for Cats. And I also, it's an older musical, but I really loved Seven Brides for Seven Brothers growing up because that one, I don't know, it's like one of those ones where it's so cheesy, you can't help but to love it, and the choreography for its time was really impressive too. I believe that one, there's a song where the guys are out chopping wood with their axe while singing, and the entire shot was done in one take without being lip synced. Like, they actually choreographed, they were hitting the wood all at the same time while singing in pitch and everything. And I always thought that was true. That was pretty cool. And Lucy Cohen just mentioned Victoria from Cats, and I have to add that I loved Victoria as a kid. Our cat was a white cat, so whenever Victoria did her ballet sequence, we would bring the cat out to dance with her. The cat hated it.
That's great. Oh, we got like a couple drawing requests. Like, they got a little bit of attention. Kurt and Ram as Heathers.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's give that a whirl.
Curious to see how that's gonna look.
Oh wait, can we loop back around for just a second? Because there was one that I forgot to say. Or I didn't forget to say it. I was hesitant because I don't know if it actually counts or not because it was a movie. But Repo, the Genetic Opera, extremely good slasher musical, in my humble opinion. Might just be me, but
is that like an older?
If you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you saw it?
How old was I when I saw Repo?
Yeah.
I saw Repo not that long ago. It would have been maybe like 4 or 5 years ago when I saw it the first time. So I guess I would have been like 17, 18 maybe.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm only asking. I was edgy when I saw it for the time.
Yeah.
And
Repo is an edgy 14-year-old musical to be fair, but it's so good. I love it. It's so great.
I love it. It's pretty hardcore. Plus, I'm forgetting her name, but they have the original Christine from Phantom in it too. I forget her name though because I'm horrible.
Sarah Brightman.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for this, Estelle.
Yeah. My favorite musical is Wicked. It was the first musical that got me into musicals for real when I was in 6th grade. And I also really love Into the Woods just because I guess I'm a sucker for fairy tale deconstruction.
I'd say those are two really good ones too.
Did you see the movie, Al?
Yeah, I have.
Did you like the movie?
I thought it was weird because
it was weird.
Yeah, they didn't really commit to making it a movie. They had these artifacts of the stage production, like never seeing the giant. You know, like if it's gonna be a movie, they should have adapted it into a movie. I felt the same way about the Les Mis movie the first time I saw it because I was like, you didn't really go far enough with this. But over time, I was like the shot composition and stuff like that is really good. I guess that you can't really do that on like a stage, so I gave it to him. But like,
the only thing like that you can really like not like about Les Mis is just Russell Crowe's singing voice, and like I had to watch that film.
People need to and I'm gonna throw one in the swear jar for this one. People need to leave Russell Crowe the fuck alone. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad though, but it wasn't that bad.
I mean, like, you gotta give credit for at least trying. Like, I thought it was good, and I was cast as his part for the musical. Like, and I had to like watch. The teacher like assigned us to watch that
reference.
Yeah, like the teacher said like for extra credit, like you'd have to watch the film and bring me back like the ticket stub. And I saw it in theaters by myself, and I almost cried watching it because it was really. I was surprised at how sad that character's arc was, and I was like, well, shit, I gotta play him now. Like, it's like,
yeah, man. Really like, Stars is one of the most like intense songs like in a musical period, I think.
I would say though, if you really want a good Chevelle, I would recommend watching the Lewis's performance of it because his is so good. Yes. Oh my god.
All of the anniversary actors were like amazing. I was absolutely floored when, like, I forget what his name was, but this one dude, like, completely, in my opinion, he basically completely outdid Colm Wilkinson. I was absolutely floored.
Mm-hmm. And then the one thing I will say that I always found distracting was, I don't know why, but Nick Jonas, like, his arms almost did were like in a box pose whenever he sang. Like, his arms were like kind of robotic.
Yeah, he was standing kind of like a boy band guy would stand, but he was so good. I was amazed.
Yeah, I was still impressed. Cause I read that if you can see his performances, he was Gavroche on, I think, Broadway when he was little, and the scene where Gavroche dies, it is so well done. Like, not only does he like make you think like it actually happens, but he jolts back at the gunshot sound in a way where his hat falls off too. And it's really cool, and I recommend checking that out.
Yeah, it looks so good on film. I don't know what it is. I think it was probably just an accident, but it was an absolutely beautiful coincidence because it really does add to it, the hat falling off, I feel.
Most definitely. It looks like there's a Moana.
Kev, were you talking? I can't tell.
Oh no, I was just going through.
Okay, just making sure that your sensitivity wasn't too low.
Yeah.
Or high, I guess.
Oh yeah. Waterbabe asks, has anyone heard of Bear, a pop opera?
Nope.
I have heard of it in
to the chat.
Yeah, I'm actually like casting it it's another different online musical group, but they're trying to produce that show as well, and I'm casting as Zach, I believe, in that show, and I sang a bit of from what I heard of, and I've only listened to the first song and sang Zach's part in it, and it's pretty fun as of right now. I keep getting cast as like bullies, and I have no clue why, since I'm like one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Whoa!
Watch
really?
out!
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just like it's like a different outside project I'm in. It's got like a pretty big names. I don't know if I should be saying who's in it, but it's sort of just like a passion project a friend of mine in Dallas is working on.
Wait, guys, real talk. So apparently, really, the director of this project's aunt was in Bear, and she can actually be heard on the cast recording.
That's awesome!
Oh.
Also, why are you guys bringing up Doki Doki Literature Club? Oh my gosh!
Because it's a really good game.
It is. I tricked my boyfriend into playing it. Kind of traumatized him, but it was worth it. Yeah, well, it was payback because he tricked me into playing Fatal Frame, and I'm horrible with jump scares.
Fatal Frame's a good game, though.
I jumped so hard from the ghost, I threw the controller at the TV. It was so scary.
I mean, to be fair, Doki Doki Literature Club it could almost be like the Heathers of video games. Like,
I know what you're talking about, because they're all innocent girls who didn't deserve any of that.
I mean, they had like their own little
in
vices.
a sense, but I think it's more like the deconstructive aspect and like the way that the story kind of progresses. There's kind of like that expectation flip sort of thing, and all the other weirdness. Also, there's just like the general like edge that you get. I really like what Kev is saying.
Yeah, it's like it flips. It's another game where like it flips expectations, where it's not about like the three girls that are your dating options. It's about Monica and how she's spoilers.
Just Monica.
Anybody hasn't played.
Yeah, oh no! Don't spoil it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! It's a game that's best to go into completely blind. I would say that because it's.
Yeah, it's an interesting piece of art. I will just leave it at that.
I love the game, and I love how even though characters are like you said deconstructed as tropes, you still grow attached to them in the short time period that you have with them. And I don't know. I think it's good character writing.
It felt so genuine. You're so right.
Plus,
I
love
don't think I'll ever pick it back up again.
Yeah, it's kind of like yeah, it's one of those games where once you finish it,
play it once, then you're done.
Yeah.
Or it could turn out a bit differently, or at least you could potentially get some different dialogue options. But if you like try to romance,
you can go back and get stuff. You're right, and I think that there is an ending that you get if you go back and like make sure that you got everything. But I don't know if it's worth it. I think it was good enough on its own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a MacBook, so I am not exactly have the best gaming PC. So best
it's rough.
stuff I have for that is just console, and I'm trying to get into streaming on that platform, and so far I'm just building audience little by little, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's pretty great that people can like stream on consoles now. Not to go off topic too far, I swear. Hopefully we'll steer this train in just a moment. But I was also trying to stream. I picked up Baldur's Gate for my current computer recently. I used to have a disc way back when, but I was wanting to go through that game because it's really good.
Nice. Right. Yeah, I'm still up for song requests if anybody's looking for one. I can try my hand at
should sing Your Reality, since we talked about Doki Doki.
Yeah, guys, Kevin's wonderful voice is here for you to use. You should really give him your song requests.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
Make him sing like the monkey he is.
God.
Sing, monkey, sing.
Yeah.
Bring me more pictures of Spider-Man.
God. Oh, I will take the Freeze Your Brain request, since I almost did that song for the showcase, and I really like when JD does it, so just need to pull up the lyrics since I have a god-awful memory. Freeze your brain, Google. Alright.
Somebody was asking for No Way Out from Brother Bear. No offense meant by this, but you remember that movie exists?
God,
Penguin Patroller Army? I'm amazed.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that movie. But I remember like some of the songs, like "I'm on my way," like when they're doing that travel montage and they're riding all those.
Yeah, that movie's not bad.
Animals.
It's really cute. A lot of people don't mess around with that movie, but I think it's okay. I liked it.
Oh yeah, like
it's really weird though, but you know.
I mean, like, it involves, like, tribal, prehistoric stuff and spirits and things, so it's gonna be weird no matter what, but...
That's true. I get the idea, but there was kind of just, like, the sheen of, like, it was still, like, really Disney, right? So it didn't feel like the art direction was kind of taken in the way where it felt more like that. So, in my mind, at least, what you kind of ended up with was, like, this weird, like, vaguely... furry transformation film thing that's very odd.
Yeah,
but I still liked it.
Yeah, that is kind of weird going back on it. It's just like, it's kind of just a dude having an out-of-body experience as a bear, and he just sort of stays that way. Like, he just... Yeah, like, he doesn't be like, you know, like, it's kind of cool just being a bear and sort of, like, getting to poop wherever I want and just climbing trees, like...
I want to be a bear now.
Yeah, like...
Oh, does he stay a bear at the end?
Yeah, like, there's a sequel, like Brother Bear 2, and he's still a bear.
They're just bears. They're just bears.
I thought one of them he's, like, human again, because there's the chick or something. I really don't remember.
I think that's the sequel where a girl gets turned into a bear, and that's how, like, he gets his love interest. Like, Disney sequels are always...
really weird.
Like bad. It's either a love interest introduced for the protag of the last film, or it's a really, really basic, like, plot, or oh, he has a brother. What? Like just a lot of dumb
just a slice of
cliches,
life
but-
movie. The best one of which is Lion King 1.5, easily. But that's just me.
That's good. That's a pretty good pick.
I think it's a pretty good movie.
Oh yeah, now that you said it, I want to look up.
Do a song from Lion King.
Lion King 1.5. It was the song that when the meerkats are just like digging holes.
Dig a tunnel.
Yeah. God, it was. If we had the people for that, it's like from what I remember, it's like a big like group number song, and like a lot of the meerkats just like go and stop, and they're just looking for hyenas and stuff. But
it's really fun.
I have Freeze Your Brain pulled up if y'all are still looking to hear it.
Yeah, I don't see any contests in the chat, so please do grace us, Kev.
Right. I've been through 10 high schools, they start to get blurry. No point planning routes, cause you're gone in a hurry. My dad keeps 2 suitcases packed in the den, so it's only a matter of when. I don't learn the names, don't bother with faces. All I can trust is this concrete oasis. Seems every time I'm about to despair, there's a 7-Eleven right there. Each store is the same, from Las Vegas to Boston. Linoleum aisles that I love to get lost in. I pray at my altar of slush. Yeah, I live for that sweet frozen rush. Freeze your brain. Suck on that straw, get lost in the pain. Happiness comes when everything numbs. Who needs cocaine? Freeze your brain. Freeze your brain. Care for a hit? Does your mommy know you eat all that crap? Not anymore. When mom was alive, we lived halfway normal. Now it's just me and my dad, we're less formal. I learned to cook pasta, I learned to pay rent. Learn the world doesn't owe you a cent. You're planning your future, Veronica Sawyer. You'll go to some college and marry a lawyer. But the sky's gonna hurt when it falls. So you better start building some walls. Freeze your brain. Swim in the ice, get lost in the pain. Shut your eyes tight till you vanish from sight. Let nothing remain. Freeze your brain. Shatter your skull, fight pain with more pain. Forget who you are, unburden your load. Forget in 6 weeks, you'll be back on the road. When the voice in your head says you're better off dead, don't open a vein. Freeze your brain. Freeze your brain. Go on and freeze your brain. Try it.
Yay!
Wonderful, Kev.
Oh, thank you.
Your siren song, it has captured many.
I'm sure Ricky would be proud too.
Yeah, that's the guy playing JD in the cast?
Correct.
Yeah, I really need to join on a vocalist stream. It's from what I heard of the last one, it sounded like a really good time.
Dude, like I wasn't even being like even slightly exaggeratory, like if that's even a word. Oh man, everybody's insane. Like it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm glad that I'm not in the cast because I wouldn't want to have to try and keep up.
Yeah, from the only people from the cast that I've heard sing at least once on their own was Elsie or Elise. I'm pretty sure it's Elsie. Lovelock. She has like a lot of covers on her channel, and yeah, I've heard plenty of those. And I think Suck You Boy, like Elise's Discord name. Yeah.
No. Yeah, Sucky Boy is Ricky actually.
Oh, yeah, he does really good. he did a nice cover of Michael in the Bathroom, which is another song I'm doing for the showcase. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have similar tastes then.
Yeah, it's a weird niche show. Like, I read over the plot to at least understand what's the context behind the song, so I could just act it out properly.
Yeah, it's important.
And yeah, and the show itself is very weird because it's just based off a book from like a couple years ago, and it's like there's a thing called like the squip that's supposed to symbolize peer pressure, and yeah, the story behind the song is just that this guy's best friend is like peer pressure to be cool, and he like leaves him alone at this party, and like as a result, like Michael, the man, has to go hide in the bathroom and just sort of be alone there and wait till the party dies out. And it's sort of like just starts really light and then just gets heavier and heavier, like turns into rock number. It's a pretty good song.
Chill is a piece of work. That is for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. Michael's best boy for sure.
Speaking of musicals based off of stories that take place in a school setting, I don't know if anybody has read Spud or seen the movie, but I think that Spud would make an absolutely amazing musical.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. What's it about?
Okay, so Spud is basically like... Okay, so the story takes place in a South African boys' school, and a lot of very serious stuff. Spud is a really good book to anybody who hasn't read it. I think that's like a really good example of how would I say this? Like young adult drama fiction that's like not overly serious, but is still able to like take itself seriously. It's like it's an introduction to like a mature exploration of theme.
I see. Sounds dope.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, yeah, I don't know why I used Spud. I just saw the first thing that came to mind was Air Bud as a musical.
No.
Now that I think of it, I am 100% for a musical where it's just a singing dog just learning how to play basketball, and it's just a ripoff of High School Musical. God. That show has divided a lot of musical theater lines because there are people who love it and people who hate that show.
It wasn't a boys' school. It was just a boarding school. But like, it's a boarding school, so like the boys and girls are separated. So like you spend more time with the boys than the girls.
There's a request for waving through a window from Dear Evan Hansen. Have you seen that one?
I haven't. I just saw, I believe, from Book of Mormon. So that one I can sort of do. I was warned by my professor that it is a bit high, but at least singing in the car, that proves a bit otherwise. So let's see if we can get that going. Don't know if that can be my last song because I am tired as hell, or I don't know if the stream's been long enough to.
I mean, I believe isn't like crazy or anything. It's about in the same area, I would say, as like Blue, which I think you were killing for the most part earlier. So
if not, there's been a lot of requests for Meant to Be Yours as well. Now that they've heard your JD,
I haven't heard Meant to Be Yours. I need to actually take time and sit and listen to the entirety of the Heather soundtrack. But yeah, if I did, I would probably go for either that or My Dead Gay Son, because I just love, like, even though I'm not religious, I love like the choir music because it's like you can't have a bad mood listening to that kind of stuff. It just amps you up and just gets you all like happy and like will get you to stand up and shit. It's really fun.
It's absolutely amazing.
Right. I believe if anyone just one's ready for that. I'm trying the voice that I heard in the cast recording. Ever since I was a child, I tried to be the best. So what happened? My family and friends all said I was blessed. So what happened? Don't cross the sea, but I allowed my faith to be shaken. Oh, what's the matter with me? I always longed to help the needy, to do the things I never dared. This was a time for me to step up, so then why was I so scared? A warlord who shoots people in the face. What's so scary about that? I must trust that my Lord is mightier and always has my back. Now I must be completely devout. I can't even have even one shred of doubt. I believe that the Lord God created the universe. I believe that he sent his only son to die for my sins. And I believe that ancient Jews built boats and sailed to America. I am a Mormon. And a Mormon just believes. You cannot just believe part way. You have to believe in it all. My problem was doubting the Lord's will instead of standing tall. I can't allow myself to have any doubt. It's time to set my worries free. To show the world what all the price is about and share the power inside of me. I believe that God has a plan for all of us. I believe that plan involves me getting my own planet. And I believe that the current president, Thomas Morrison, speaks directly to God. I am a Mormon, and dang it, a Mormon just believes. I know that I must go to do the things my God commands. Oh, he sent me here. He will always answer you. Just believe in him and have no fear. Alright, just skipping over dialogue and I forget how that part goes. Alright. I believe that Satan has a hold of you. I believe that the Lord God has sent me here. And I believe that in 1978 God changed his mind about black people. Black people! You can be a Mormon who just believes. The fuck is this? This is the moment I was born to do. It feels so incredible to be sharing my faith with you. The scriptures say that if you ask in faith, if you ask God himself, you'll know. But if you ask him without any doubt, and let your spirit grow, I believe God lives on a planet called Kolob. I believe that Jesus has his own planet as well. And I believe that the Garden of Eden was in Jackson County, Missouri. If you believe, the Lord will reveal it, and you'll know it's all true. You'll just Mormon, and by gosh, a Mormon just believes. Oh, I believe. I believe. Ooh. All right.
I think we should just have you sing. It gives me a chance to eat my chicken nugget.
Sing, monkey, sing.
God.
Bring me more pictures of Spider-Man.
My voice needs to breathe.
I'm just messing with you, Kevin. Of course you need to rest.
Give you a break, I suppose.
Sounded like you were pushing it just a little there, but we love you.
I'm just wow. Was not ready to jump into that song, and yeah, at least that last note just ended me. Oh, I have built up because the fan is turned off in my.
a sec.
Water, babe. I got you. Personality thing are we going for?
What kind of switch personality thing?
There's a request from Water to have Veronica and JD personalities.
That's a good idea.
Are we gonna go for like a your name sort of? Honestly, that movie had me crying so hard.
I don't know if I realize it's a good movie, but at the same time, I don't know because it's basically Freaky Friday, but with anime characters.
Yeah,
which I love. It's really, really good. But
I think the twist is unique enough because Freaky Friday was top personalities, and I think Your Name has enough of a twist that it still makes it its own thing because, because it's able to. Sorry, I spaced out again.
Oh, you're deaf.
See it. I'm a big why boundary since I started off with like on like Nicktoons, and that was the first thing I was exposed to. If not that, then it was probably like when Toonami was still sort of a thing. I was up late watching TV and just they were very controlling site. Yeah, like I saw like Family Guy, like the first Family Guy episode I saw was when, or at least like the short I remember first seeing as a kid was when, like Bugs Bunny is like just standing by a tree and he's like says like, "Hey Doc," and like Bud comes out of nowhere just and like just like he shoots off his arms and then he like snaps his neck, and I had no idea what I just saw.
Don't worry, it wasn't just you. It wasn't just because you were young either.
Yeah, I was like, like for the longest time I wondered like, what's that snap noise he did when he like twisted his neck? Like, is he like taking a nap or something? I was like so naive at the time, and now I'm like, wow, my parents should have potentially stopped that, or at least told me to go to bed earlier. No.
Makes you feel better. My mom, one time when we were little, she to date it, we were at Blockbusters and we were picking out kids, and she decided this movie that looked like a cute, innocent kids movie was what she was going to bring home for us. And if anybody knows the book Watership Down,
Watership Down. It was Watership Down.
It was Watership Down.
Oh shit, I love that. Oh, sorry, swear jar. That is such a good movie.
And oh my gosh, it explains so much of how I am the way now. It's a good movie, but honestly, I got grounded because I kept watching it, even though my sister started crying from it. It was pretty good.
Okay, if Repo is an edgy 14-year-old, Watership Down is an edgy 5-year-old movie, and it is so good.
And like those kind of movies, there's more like it too. Like there's one that's called Felly Day, and it's about cats. And it's basically cats combined with The Godfather. And it is so brutal and crazy. And I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube.
Can I get that as a musical like The Aristocats? Can somebody write that?
Gosh, yes,
Not me, but somebody else.
That's the musical, but as Felly Day.
Yeah, I am all for... Ooh, one thing I am for is the Disney film Aristocats becoming musical. Just make that a thing, because that film I find is really underrated in the eyes of like the Disneyverse, because it's got a lot of like really nice jazz bits, and it's literally everybody wants to be
really
cat.
Good.
Oh yeah, like,
I love it. And then there's this. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, like one, like when it's a good like jazz film, because my former roommate who was studying like music, like that was his major at first, in a jazz class, like a teacher played to the class, Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, and there's like 4 or 5 different jazz styles in just that one song. Like, like it's a good Disney film when that one song covers like so many like niches in that one genre of music.
a lot of the people who were doing the music for the Disney films were like actually on their stuff. Really, really solid. Other people who were actually on their stuff in kids' entertainment, the composer for Charlie Brown, also really good. And believe it or not, Mr. Rogers, all of the music for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was Mr. Rogers, and some of it was really, really, really weird. So
Really?
give it a listen sometime, like especially for the little, he has these little bits where he'll do like how it's made segments, basically how it's made before it was how it's made, and like ASMR basically. But like the music that he writes is actually like very high level and technically impressive in terms of like you know, like I don't want to say like atonal, but it's a very like modern conception of like musical composition. So really cool stuff. R.I.P. Miss Rogers.
A true man. Man's man.
I am a man's man. Not right now. And he was a man's man. But I don't think he was gay. But he might have been gay.
I haven't seen Miss Rogers, but from what I got, I would not be surprised if he was the type to be in the closet.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but I don't think he was. But he might have been.
So going back to Heather's.
Yeah, I'm sorry. By the way, really was saying that we were good on time, so we can wind down whenever we'd like. So I guess we can take a few more questions from the chat, but if nobody says anything, I might bounce.
I'd say open like to cast questions or where the project is, and then we can probably close off because my voice.
For anybody who's here, we have one new artist, and then a guy who's doing most of the music stuff right now, and then one of our actors for Kurt. So take your questions, drop them in the chat.
Oh, Waterbabe says, "Richard, don't leave."
I won't leave if you ask us questions. But if you don't, then I'll have to leave because, like, you know.
See, the way you should have introduced us just now should have been like a shop, and we could have been like, "Here's Kevin. He likes pina coladas and long walks on the beach."
All right. One question we got is: does Heathers Online have an Instagram?
Oh, actually, this is really interesting. Also, I realized I had myself muted, so I did that little game show bit a second ago, but I'm not going to do it again. But there are actually many, many Instagrams, and let me see if I can find some links, and I will drop them. And I'll drop them in the YouTube chat. But there are actually a variety of Instagrams. There are like 4 individual characters. Oh man, really's going to love this. We're going so high on the PR right now.
Their Instagrams based on different characters or like certain couples. Like there's one for Kurt and Ram that you can find as kurt.n.ram on Instagram, and there's not a lot of pictures yet, but they'll slowly be popping up with different artistic interpretations of scenes of both the guys, and the 2 that are there right now are just gems if you ever want to find them.
There's one request for McNamara eating chicken nuggets, and I am so there because my mind is there. I completely relate. So I'm gonna try doing a quick doodle real quick. A Freaky Friday with JD and Veronica first, and then we're gonna go to town with those McNuggets.
God.
Flavor Town.
Would you keep saying McNuggets? I'm just tempted to just go to McDonald's and pick some up because that's what I'm thinking about. God.
Flavor Town is my Always Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs fan musical, or my You're in Town fan musical, whichever came first.
Huh.
I'm not sure which one came first.
That was me making a joke. But I don't know. Is You're in Town older than It's Always Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? Tune in for more at 10. I'll look it up in a minute because I'm very curious.
Yeah, You're in Town's cast should be a lot older than Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs because I'm pretty sure my college did it in like 2006 or like in the tens, like at least before. It should have been before Meatballs came out. We got a question from Caden Smeep. What's your favorite food from McDonald's?
Well, I have my answer ready for that. Can you guess what it is? It's actually a salad.
Oh.
Just kidding. It's McNuggets.
Used to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we'll go from bottom to top. It used to be McNuggets, but I've since become a vegetarian. So now nothing. Although I guess that the McFlurries are still pretty okay, for like a McFlurry.
McFlurries are pretty safe. I'd say that's a good pick.
Yeah, for my picks, I actually was a McNugget fan for a long time, or at least a big fan of their fries. But my friend of mine, like when I was working up here in Starcatcher, I told him I never had a Big Mac, and he was like so in shock. The night I told him we went to like a McDonald's, like ordering a Big Mac, and you're having it right now. And I had it, and it wasn't half bad. I sort of fell in love with lettuce at that point, so now everything I order with lettuce is just a little bit healthier, and I'm not fully deteriorating away. So there's that.
Oh, this is a good question. I like this one. Patrol favorite film that isn't a musical or a Heather? I don't know why I said a Heathers. Heathers is just its own thing, but
my favorite film would have to be Django Unchained. I don't know why I said Django. It's the character's way said it, but like everything about that film is pretty just perfect. Or I'd have to rewatch it to know for sure, but from what I remember, like a lot like the soundtrack stuff is just really spot on, and Christoph Waltz became one of my favorite actors just from that and Inglourious Bastards. And yeah, everybody just gives a really good performance, and it's a lot of like grade A talent in there, and you get like by far the best scene of the whole film is when Leonardo DiCaprio's character, like Kennedy, like hits his hand, and like there was actual blood coming out of it because like he actually hit his hand with a hammer, and that entire scene was all by accident. He like acted through the pain, and you got to give a man credit for that because he didn't even get an Oscar like win for that. He got it for Revenant like a couple years later, which
was also a good
finally
movie,
the meme is dead.
But yeah, man, it's so insane. Django Unchained is such a good movie, and you were so right. Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie absolutely killed that role. It's insane. That man bleeds for his work. Literally bleeds. Let's see. I don't want to say another Tarantino film, but I was gonna say another Tarantino film. My favorite movie that's not okay. The like old film buff in me is gonna have to say Citizen Kane, just because it's a really good movie and it's also really old. The other part of me would also have to say, and allow me to explain this, Birth of a Nation. Not the more recent one, although that was also a good movie, but the one from like, I think it was 1915, a little bit before that, I think, which it was a KKK film. Let me explain. It's a really, really, really good piece of cinema. Very important. Anybody who studies film studies need to watch it, because that was like the inception of like the long form movie, like for real. So you do have the KKK to thank for that. But
like I actually like joked around.
More recent. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I was actually like joking about in my head, like, I like just thinking about like Birth of a Nation, like if it was funny, if it was just like, like the one good like thing the KKK knows their way around is how to make a good film. I haven't seen it, but now that like you mentioned it, I would be interested to, because it's sort of like an interesting perspective. And
oh man, it's so like, okay, in that regard, it's very bad, but as a movie, it's very, very, very good, especially for the time that it came out. Other thing that I would have to say, for something modern-ish, either End of Evangelion or Donnie Darko. Or 2000... Or 2001, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, and then for my answer, does Coco count as a musical?
I think so. Like, Coco counts if, like, what's that one movie with, what's it called? Hotel Transylvania? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Coco counts if that counts.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a film, and
yeah. If it doesn't count, I would say Coco, because I've been watching that and streaming it and owning it nonstop now since it came out. If not that one, I honestly am not sure, which is a really lame answer, but honestly, I am such a creature of habit that I tend to just watch musicals over and over again. But I would say if not that one, maybe Silence of the Lambs.
yeah, I was told by my professor I really should see Coco since I remind him a lot of that main character. But yeah, Pixar mostly like they never really had like a bad film made, to my knowledge, or it all depends on like some of them have been like very hit or miss, like the Cars sequels anyway, or like some like their one-off shorts or whatever. But yeah, I think I'd want to see that it's just going into like the culture of like of Hispanics, and it's nice to see them like going into other like looking into the backgrounds and sort of bringing that art to the big screen. And it's like an educational a little bit, but more of like just a fun cutesy show.
Mm-hmm. There's one other question here from Otter Ask. We touched a little bit on it earlier. Your inner weebs. Sit through for a sec. I'm not going first though.
What was the question?
They were asking if we watched any animes.
Oh yeah,
and I'm assuming what we watch if we do.
Well, I do watch animes. I haven't really been keeping up since my workload has been a bit crazy, but I feel you on that. I watched Dragon Ball Super at least subbed while it was running. It just ended last week, and all I have left now to watch is just the dub version, and I've been really bad in keeping up with that. So there's that one, and I need to finish Cowboy Bebop, and yeah, just probably find more that might be up my alley, but that's pretty much my list.
Okay, I could fill a small little black book with how many animes I've seen. So I'm going to narrow it down to stuff that's fairly recent. I've been pretty busy the past year or so I haven't been able to keep up with like a whole lot of like things airing in these last couple seasons. But, and this was like last year. But I saw Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I liked it. I saw Blend S. It was really stupid, but it was kind of funny. I liked it. I forget what it was called, but there's this one show where like the premise of the thing is that like it's this kind of post-apocalyptic world, my bad. And I think like every 5 years or something, they have like this tournament and like all these different families send representatives and they're each represented by like an animal in the Chinese zodiac. And then they have like a battle royale thing.
Oh, Zodiac Wars.
Is it just called Zodiac Wars? Okay,
yeah, it's just called Zodiac Wars.
I like that a lot. No spoilers, but ooh, that show started pissing me off so much. Like after episode 5, a lot of people died who didn't need to die, and it didn't make any sense. Ooh, I'm so mad. But and let's see what else. And then there was, other than Zodiac Wars, I saw Kakagurui. That was pretty good. A little intense for my tastes, but it was pretty good. And Devilman, obviously, the classic run, or now classic at least. I'll stop there.
I will say one thing I want to add to Zodiac Wars is I'm kind of glad they went to the Chinese Zodiac instead of the European ones because I feel like it would be so easy to get salty over whether or not our Zodiac ones would have died. So I was okay with losing the dog in the Zodiac Wars, but if it was my other sign, I'd probably be pretty salty, which probably aligns with the sign. But going back to
if we're already spoiling, I'm just gonna say it. But and again, I'll throw one in the swear jar. Why the fuck did Monkey die? That didn't make any sense.
Oh, she had to though.
I know she had to. Like, her power was literally the most broke. It didn't make any sense. She could just make stuff disintegrate. Like, what do you mean?
If we want to talk about what the hell was Rabbit? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The fact that it even existed just didn't make any sense. Like, literally from the first episode, I was looking at, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And, oh, sorry, swear jar. Okay, I think that's 5, I'll stop. But I was like, what on earth is this nonsense? And yeah, it was just a little Twinkie boy running around raising zombies and slashing people's heads off. It didn't make any sense. Wearing a bunny costume of all things. So weird.
So, since you already watched Zodiac Wars, I have a recommendation personally, Richard. I just finished a series. It's called Magical Girl Racing Project. Imagine you did see it. You did see it.
I liked it. It wasn't as good as a lot of people compared it to Madoka Magica and We Cross, right? Wasn't as good as either of those shows.
Danganronpa too.
Okay, people are probably going to crucify me for this, but I really don't like Danganronpa. I couldn't get through it, man. It was just so. I felt like I was playing a bad Phoenix Wright game, and it was too much.
That's fair. Though I say that's fair, especially given the mystery aspect. The game itself didn't do as well with handling the evidence, I would say.
Yeah.
You would
Now, the show was actually okay. I'll admit that. I thought the first season of the show was pretty solid. I didn't watch any of the rest of it, but
So honestly, I will admit, one series I have a really big soft spot for, and it's so embarrassing because looking back now, it feels so edgy in comparison. But I really loved the Higurashi series as a teenager.
I love Higurashi to this day. Thank you.
Yes, good. So good. Oh my gosh. I actually ran a Higurashi throughout high school, and it's gonna sound really embarrassing saying it out loud, but
fun fact. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I hope you can remember it for just a second because I'll forget about this. But fun fact, I actually made a jazz arrangement of one of the openings. It was the one for but
oh my gosh, do you still have it?
Yes, you can absolutely find it on YouTube, and I will link that.
Yeah.
Although I will warn you right now, this was like several years ago. Like, my writing was still not quite where it is now, but about where it is now. But my production skills were very, 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 very much far behind compared to where they are now. But one second, let me see if I can pull it up. I will shoot you that link.
Please do. Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
Nobody else gets to have it. Sorry, chat.
Unless you do your own investigating.
I might give it to you, but I kind of just want to make you guys mad, so.
Oh, you're such a
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Well, what I was going to say, actually, and luckily, it would be really bad if I forgot this, so we didn't have to worry about that. But so I ran a Higurashi role-playing site, and it was Higurashi Umineko. It was like both those where you'd insert your character into a mystery situation to try to solve it with other characters. And the person I ended up running the website with actually is now my current fiance boyfriend person.
Aww.
So we actually met through the Higurashi role-playing site, which is the dorkiest thing to say out loud. But because we even lived in 2 different states, but it definitely brought us together, and now we have our own place and 2 cats.
Aww.
This is how I met your mother.
I want to see
anime. I can totally send you pictures of my cat because I go full cat lady for them. We have they're both long hairs. We have a black and white one, and Cabbage, and then we have a ragdoll. And her name originally was Kubo when we thought she was a boy, but plot twist happened, and she is now Coconut. So we have Cabbage and Coconut.
So did you say that Cabbage was a black and white cat?
Yeah, she's a long hair.
So
and she has
why
a
did
white
you
mustache.
name your long-haired black and white cat after a vegetable that's green with no hair?
Because surprisingly enough, I rescued in our neighborhood and 8 months. And at first I thought she was emaciated, but I found out she was pregnant and she had kittens, and a combination of me binging after the time and not passing up on the pun to call her kittens, and not passing up on the pun of calling her kittens her cabbage patch. That's why we call her that.
Oh, okay. That justifies it all. That's so cute.
Cabbage is the best thing to come out of Avatar. Like, screw the character development and the relationships. The Cabbage guy. That's
here. I'm gonna send to you guys a picture of the cat because we dressed her up for Halloween. Because she's black and white, we dressed her up as Morgana from Persona 5.
Aww.
Let me see if I can grab this picture.
Right. Guys, but I'm feeling pretty close to winding up since we're coming up on 3 hours, so...
Oh, we
I
are?
think we can wind down. 3 hours. We've been carrying the show, folks.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised. Okay, yeah. Apparently, Riley's also hungry, so I think this might be about time to sign off.
Finished my chicken nuggets, finally!
I need to make me a full hearty dinner, then sleep like a king.
All right.
Like right
then
now.
We'll let it go. It's been really good being with you all for the night.
Don't worry, you can still catch us in future streams there.
Yeah, catch us in future streams. Keep your eyes out for promos and things. If you feel like supporting the project, feel free to check out the Patreon and all those other nice things. There's also a master post of the Instagrams in the chat somewhere. And yeah, I think that's about it. It's been a wonderful day with you all.
Good night.
Have a good night.